Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the eclipse in your sign on the 14th. We are just going to jump right in here, Libra, and we're going to see what's going on for you. In your current general energies, you have this flattery card and this risk card. A lot of the other signs have had stuff about, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a couple have had stuff about taking some sort of risk. So, it could be time to take a risk. I do think, of course, this eclipse has a lot to do with balance. The rows in this reading, are the two middle rows, are going to represent what you're releasing and what's coming in. Because, again, this Libra eclipse could have a lot to do with releasing one thing so that you can have something else. And so, again, it makes sense to me that a lot of you could be releasing one thing so that something else can enter into your life here. And let's see what that is. You have the flattery card and the risk card showing up here. So you could be taking a risk on love. You have the Lovers, Empress, and the Ace of Wands. And, that flattery card could literally be someone who is like flirting with you or someone who's trying to flirt with you or flatter you. And again, you have the risk card, which says you could kind of be taking that risk to open up to someone new. I do feel like you're a little bit maybe kind of nervous to open up here with the Five of Cups, but you show up as well. These two wanted to come out together. So, the Justice card is your card. Whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. It really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So, again, you're showing up in a pretty strong position here, but let's see what is going on for you. You have this flattery card. The interesting thing about this flattery card as well is you can see that there are these two faces that are like facing each other right here in the middle. And it kind of says that you have learned to be able to tell the difference between something that's just trying to flatter you and something that is worth the risk. So I kind of feel like you've learned your lesson maybe in love, but this doesn't even have to be love. Again, it's like sometimes, in something in business, we think something is better than it actually is, or, in work or other areas of our life. And, I kind of feel like you've learned how to tell the difference in all areas of your life. Like what's real, what's fake, what's really going to benefit your life and what isn't. And I kind of get that here. Again, you have the Lovers, the Empress, and the Ace of Wands. The Lovers definitely could be love coming in for you. It does also look like some of you are getting back on your path. Like just to show you real quick, you go Eight of Wands, Three of Wands to the Queen of Swords, which is about seeing things clearly. Three of Wands about seeing kind of like the future. It's a card of foresight. Eight of Wands is quick movement, but you have this Land Between card, and that Land Between card is kind of like a purgatory card, or a card where maybe you feel like you got off your path and now you're like getting back onto your path. So, I kind of feel that here, and a little bit of a course correction reading, or whatever you want to call it. So it's like you're course correcting, or you are kind of, getting back to your true authentic self, probably. I mean, you have the Empress here. You have, again, you show up as the Justice card as well. The Empress, of course, can be your energy. Again, she is, it doesn't matter what gender you are. She's just the card of like abundance or being able to create abundance. And I do feel a lot of you are creating a lot of abundance. Literally, this middle row here, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Wands to the Six of Pentacles is amazing. This is definitely you working really hard and, putting the work in to make things happen. You have the Ace of Wands as well. And the Ace of Wands, of course, is kind of like new growth, and it's kind of out with the old and with the new. Literally, that's what this eclipse represents. Is you can see this castle crumbling, and this is something new. So the whole point of this eclipse is out with the old and with the new. To put it bluntly. And it's a little more complicated than that, of course, but just in general, it is kind of an eclipse of removing one thing and stepping towards another. So. Let's see here. With the Lovers, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what else shows up in this reading, but I just noticed at the end here that you have the King and Queen of Swords. They are divine counterparts. They are my least favorite divine counterparts, the King and Queen of Swords. They are showing up together, though, and they're showing up in the area of the good stuff. So, there could be a divine counterpart coming in for you. And, again, it'll be interesting to see if we get the King of Pentacles, for example. And sorry, I think I said Cups, but King of Swords, Queen of Swords over there. But it'll be interesting to see what we get. With the Empress, again, someone might want to marry you, or someone finds you very attractive, or someone wants a commitment here with the Four of Wands. So, and again, it does not matter what gender you are. I feel that energy of a person coming in. I feel like this person's really resourceful. I feel like this person really listens as well as popping into my head. I feel like they're a little bit mysterious. You have this bobcat spirit says life is a mystery. And so, again, if you're attracting love at this time, I feel it might be a little mysterious, or there might be some sort of something going on here. We'll have to see. With the Ace of Wands, are you kidding? I knew that the King of Pentacles was going to come up. So there you go. I immediately felt it when I put that Queen of Pentacles down, that the King of Pentacles would show up in this reading. So definitely could be a divine counterpart coming in for you. They are pretty much my favorite divine counterparts, the King and Queen of Pentacles. They're like two people. Maybe they're like a little bit more practical, like not so much like it's stuck in the fantasy thing. It's funny that I said King and Queen of Cups. It's like King and Queen of Cups are good, but sometimes they can be too emotional, So this might be a little bit more on the practical side of things, but I don't know. Sometimes I think if it works, right? So it definitely looks like a good connection. Also really good for money. Next, in the area of what you're releasing, you have the Seahorse Spirit says watch and wait. I feel like you've been in like waiting mode. Just looking here, Eight of Wands is like off to the races. Eight of Wands is wanting to move forward, like wanting to get going, and I definitely feel that. You have this Bobcat Spirit says life is a mystery. Yeah, I feel like you're seeing the moments you're seeing things in your life that have held you back. I feel like you're seeing things that you want to change. I also feel like you're seeing better investments as well, with that Justice card coming up in your next row, which we're definitely going to talk about. But, justice is cause and effect, and you also have Six of Pentacles. Pretty much every single sign has had Justice and Six of Pentacles in their readings. It makes perfect sense because of where the eclipse is happening in your sign. And so I really feel that but again, it kind of looks to me like you have learned to see like where you can, invest your time, effort, energy, whatever it is that you're investing into whatever it is that you're investing. You have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. I really like 2 8s in a reading. I like 8s just in general. And, these two are very good for things moving quickly. So, and that's the other thing as well that I've really noticed. Again, you signs that go at the end really benefit from that. Again, sometimes I get people that are like, why do we have to go last? I'm like, well, first off, I put my readings out like 2 months before the actual event. So you have plenty of time to watch it. Second, you benefit going last. Trust me, because you get the benefit of all the other readings I've done. I get to see the trends, see what is really popping out, and that is a benefit. Trust me. So again, what I would say is I've noticed that a lot of people have had something about speed or momentum. Eight of Wands is the card of momentum. A lot of people get the Chariot as well, which is like another card of momentum or things speeding up. So, it seems to me like at the end of the year here, not just, it kind of doesn't just feel like the eclipse to me, it kind of feels like the next 3 months, October, November, December, things are really picking up. And, but, again, you're going to have to like take advantage of the energy. Don't just like let things fly by, right? It's like popping. It's kind of funny as well because it's popping into my head as there are 2 choices where it's like you have the choice of to just sit and watch things kind of fly by you, or you have the choice of, kind of jumping onto these opportunities that could be coming your way that will speed up your life. So don't just sit around, right? You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is kind of like work hard, play hard. I do feel like you're putting a lot of effort into things that you're working on here, and it does seem to me like your efforts are paying off going this way. Even though you have the Five of Cups there, the Five of Cups I just think is saying the old ways are not working any longer, right? It's like, it kind of gives me the feelings, all I do all day is YouTube, right? So it kind of gives me the feelings of like, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish, YouTube was the same way it was like 10 years ago, right? So it almost gives me that kind of nostalgic energy on that Five of Cups where it's like I don't see that as good or bad. I think that you're just wishing that things were the way they used to be, maybe in work or business specifically with the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know, that's how it's popping into my head, where you're just like saying, it used to be so much easier. And, I kind of get that here where you're like, man, it used to be so much easier. But I also feel like there are some benefits to things getting harder just in general. It's like for the people that can keep up, obviously they'll be successful. I've seen so many people come and go, just even in the tarot community alone, right? I've seen so many great readers come and go. So it just is what it is, right? Natural cycles of life or whatever. But, I kind of feel like this is saying if you keep up in work with the changes, then you'll continue to be very successful. So, I would keep pushing. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Again, one of the reasons that not to brag, but one of the reasons that my channel is almost 10 years old now is because, I keep up with the changes. I work together with other people. I collaborate. I learn from other people as well. So, again, and I also keep up with the trends. And, again, one of the trends that we are going to be experiencing is Pluto in Aquarius for 20 freaking years, right? So it's going to enter into Aquarius November of next year. I don't care. I would start right now. Again, I always tell people astrology is like a wave. You want to catch that wave before it happens. You want to be one of the early people to use the energy. That's why you should be watching astrology, not for me to tell you that your, ex is cheating on you with your mom and your uncle and your best friend all at the same time, right? Again, this is not Kim Kardashian tarot. This is catch the wave tarot, right? It's before things happen so that you can get ahead of them and use the things to your advantage. And again, the Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork. We're entering into a major time of teamwork. I talk about it all the time because it is that important. And so, I would be doing anything you can to co-create with other people. Anything you, and again, sometimes I think people forget, like just creating like a YouTube video, sharing information or, sharing your story or something like that, or creating a piece of art and putting it out into the world. That is co-creation. You are co-creating when you do that because other people get to benefit from it. So, again, you don't have to directly do it. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles. I do get like some sort of settlement coming in for you every once in a while. I have some cards I call clue cards in the tarot, and this is one of my clue cards. Sometimes I feel it's a clue for a settlement. I need 2 more legal cards to say that, and you have the Justice card right there, and then you have the King of Pentacles right there. King of Swords. I have COVID brain, by the way. I've had COVID for like a week, and luckily much more mild than the first time I had it, but I'm, like I said, I'm still, kind of recovering from that. So I apologize, but King of Swords right there, and the King of Swords is a card of law and order. You even have the Six of Pentacles as well, which could also be considered another legal card. So it looks to me like some of you, with the Five of Cups as well, it's popping into my head that you might think that a legal situation, if you are in a legal situation, like isn't going according to plan, but I think it is. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles again. A lot of repeating cards lately, which is pretty weird. Again, you might think like, oh, I pull, basically 16 cards, just for the base, or, I pull, 16 with the Oracle more. So I don't know, there's like a million cards here on the table, right? You might think that repeating cards happen quite a bit, but really they don't. So, I really, just in the 24 in the tarot, right? So it's like, you'd think there'd be a lot of repeating cards, but it doesn't really happen that often. And it's just something I've noticed recently where there's like a lot of repeating cards. With the Three of Pentacles, here you go, another one. Eight of Wands here. So, quick movement, especially if you're looking to build something. I would say teamwork makes the dream work, for sure. Anything you can do to work together on a team will benefit you big time. Next in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Let It Go card and you have this Land Between card. I kind of feel like you're just letting go of needing things to be a certain way with that Five of Cups, like, kind of letting go of the trying to control things, right? And I also feel with this Land Between card that you feel like you're getting back on your path. You can see here how like there's this island over here and then there's this pathway here, and it's like you're getting back to where you should be. Or I don't think that's true. I don't think we ever like really get off of our path, but sometimes I think we feel like we took a detour or whatever, we got off our path, and it's like you're coming back to your path. You have the Five of Cups and the Justice card. Five of Cups is grieving the loss of something you no longer have. Again, he's crying over these 3 cups that have spilt here. He's crying over the loss of his taste for wine. But the story of the Five of Cups is that really he's crying over something he no longer enjoys. So he's lost his taste for wine. He doesn't enjoy it anymore, but he's like grieving the loss of it. It's kind of like I said, wishing that things could be the way they used to be. It's like sometimes I think we wish for things to be easier or whatever, but it's like it can never go back to that. So we're just grieving the loss of something that we no longer enjoy. When if we turned around and if we were grateful for what we did have, we would get this bridge and this castle over here. So, again, I kind of feel that. I feel like you are, though. Again, you have the Justice card. I get a very matter-of-fact, like not wasting your time type of energy here, where you're just saying, if I put energy into something and I get energy back, I'm going to keep moving in that direction. So, very matter-of-fact type of vibe. You have the Three of Wands. I also feel like you're very matter of fact in the sense that you're more future focused. The Three of Wands is a card of foresight. It's like you see things happening, you're taking advantage of it. You know what I mean? So I think you're no longer waiting. I think you have, and you're right as well. Going this way, you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom. So again, it's kind of like the writing is on the wall in your life. It's just like YouTube, right? It's like all these weird things are happening on YouTube now and stuff. And so it's like, I'm not waiting. I've been working on building things behind the scenes. I've been doubling down on another business I have just in case. Will something happen to this? I don't know, right? But I'm not taking the chance. And so, I kind of feel that for you, where maybe you are in the same zone in your life where you're just saying, where you kind of like see certain things and you're just accepting them as fact. And these might be uncomfortable truths is what I'm getting on that King of Swords. Weird messages for you, by the way. It's like you're accepting certain things as uncomfortable truths. But it's almost like giving you more control over your life is what I feel on that King of Swords, because it's almost like, I wish I had a good example, but it's almost as if, like in love, for example, someone could always cheat on you. Maybe that's like an uncomfortable truth, right? Or dating is a mess nowadays, right? Which is like an uncomfortable truth. But it's like you're accepting the truth and you're saying, I could like be all paranoid and be all worried and like, set these crazy boundaries with people that I meet, which you should set boundaries. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about like crazy stuff. And, but I feel like you're saying, but there's no point in trying to control it, because if someone's going to do something, they're going to do it. And it's almost like I feel like that land between card is you kind of five-heading something here, where it's like you're getting to that ultimate. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those memes, right? Where the meme is like a person's head, and then like by the top of it, it's like this crazy fractal pattern of a person's head, basically. And, it's like their head is glowing, and it's like when you become God or something like that. And that's like popping into my head. It's like you've gone through all these steps, right? It's almost like I'm seeing the stages of grief in my head, but instead it's like the stages of accepting facts in life, and it's making you very powerful. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now, but it's popping into my head. So I feel that you are kind of, it's like you're just being very matter of fact, maybe, or you're just being very kind of like logical, but it's not even logical. That's not even like the right word, because I feel like you're just accepting certain things as they are. And it's like, because of that, when you don't try to control things, then naturally things just happen and flow in your life. So I feel like you're in a very good place. I don't know. This is pretty deep. You have the Four of Cups here. Again, you've had disappointments. You've had your fair share of disappointments. But I'm getting this word acceptance over here on the Queen of Swords as well. It's like I don't think you're necessarily saying like, oh, like someone who's hurt me, for example, did a good thing, but it's almost like you're saying you're just accepting the facts of a situation. Very weird, but also I feel like it's very good, because it's almost like it's setting you free. With the Five of Cups and the Justice card, you have the Eight of Pentacles again. I knew that there was like some sort of settlement thing going on here, so it looks to me like there could be a settlement. I also feel, like I said, when the first time here, that you're very like in tune with where you should put energy. So definitely very good. With the Three of Wands, you have the Strength card. You've been very patient for a future. Like, I feel like you have this vision of your future. Some of it I feel like is a little candy coated. It's like a little bit, maybe you think that there are certain parts of your fantasy life, whatever you want to call it, that maybe are a little bit unrealistic. But I also feel like you're just in a very balanced place. So, I don't know. This is like going in a weird direction. Yes, I will admit, but I think this is a good thing as well. You're just like, you still have these, exciting candy coated ideas for your life, but I feel like you're also being realistic at the same time. You're saying, it's almost like you're saying, I understand that maybe my idea for a relationship is kind of like out there and is maybe something that is a little bit unrealistic, right? And but it's almost like you're saying, like, you're not holding out hope in a good way or something. I don't know. So weird. With the Four of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. Again, when you just say like, yeah, I realize these things are unrealistic, but it's not even like you're trying to work towards the unrealistic dreams that you think are, where you're realizing that you can't have it. It's like I think you're being very, very realistic and working towards what you can have, which is almost bringing you something that is unrealistic. It's such a weird reading, like I said. I hope that makes sense. It's the fact that you're not trying. Maybe that's what it is. It's like, isn't it always when we don't try to like force something to happen that it happens, right? That's almost like the vibe that I get from this reading. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this home card. It says, invest in a home-based business or make money from home. Get out of the rat race and become your own boss. Some of you could be doing that. You have this card that says, remember, many of the clouds casting shadows aren't real. Again, there's something about reality right there, Shadows, fantasy. things that aren't real. So, but this is coming up in the good stuff. So, I definitely feel like it's a good thing. You have the King of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords, of course, is your card, I feel, in this reading. I feel like this is you. I really do. I really feel you're showing up in this very kind of matter-of-fact energy, very deliberate as well. I have like all those words: decisive, deliberate, very, kind of straightforward. And you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I think you're using that knowledge and wisdom to kind of create your future reality with the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds. It's a card of equal give and take, breadcrumbing, blah, 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 all that other stuff. But it is a card of planting seeds in a direction, like saying, I'm going to start working towards my goal, wish, or dream, and I'm going to see what grows, see what doesn't, and I'm going to work on the things that grow. And that's kind of what I feel like you're doing here with the Six of Pentacles. I also do get something illegal again popping into my head. So if you're waiting for like a settlement, it might be like any type of settlement as well. Like if you're waiting for an insurance payout or, something similar, that could be coming in for you. You have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords finally sees things clearly for the first time. So I feel like you're gaining a lot of clarity in your life. And again, I feel like you're very future focused. And that doesn't mean like you're not present. I mean that you're just like much more focused on securing your future is the feeling I get from this reading. So let's see. With the King of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Exactly. See, I think you need to embrace this energy of just kind of this more. I don't even want to say it's like go with the flow or anything like that. It's just realistic. You're being very realistic at this time, and it is what it is. I think it's leading to the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is great. Ten of Pentacles is, kind of everything you want in your life. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, it is coming up in the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. Personally, I like the Ten of Wands anyway. To me, the Ten of Wands is a card where, the guy is carrying a heavy burden, but it's a burden he planted. He planted those seeds, and he's carrying those wands, which are his harvest. So, and he's almost at his home on a traditional Ten of Wands. So he's about to have a harvest. It's like, yeah, he's burdened, but he's about to get a reward. And I do kind of feel that in your reading where, you've been burdened for a long time and now you're about to get a reward. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups here. It's funny, I said cups at the beginning of the reading, right? And so here you go. Queen of Cups is your heart. And I do think because of all the energy we have in Taurus, that we really, it is encouraging us to follow our heart or to, kind of be more heart-based in a lot of ways. So we're going to pull 5 main themes now. I'm using Mega Deck over here. You have this card that says the Wall and it says obstacles on it. I kind of feel like you're overcoming obstacles that you've experienced for a long time and you're just kind of like moving away from them. I feel really good about it, actually. You have this Drifter. It says experiencing life as it comes. Pretty much what I've been saying. It's like you're in this place of just allowing. And, I think that's where your true power is coming from at this time here, Libra. So, love it. You have this completion card as well. So, something is coming to an end. I feel it's your just needing things to work a certain way. I think you're much more literal, much more logical, much more matter-of-fact at this time. But, again, it seems to be working with the energy. So, I would keep doing that. You have this Woodwives card. It says adaptability on it. Again, eclipses do just in general represent adaptability. We are ending the last eclipse cycle, which was in Taurus and Scorpio. And that Taurus eclipse, every single person had something about being adaptable and being super flexible. And like I said, during those videos, I said, like, for the rest of your lives, I would be super adaptable. It's like we are just in a time where if we set out to do something, it's probably not going to go according to plan. It's probably not going to work how you want it to, or you're probably going to change a bunch of times. But again, like I said, if you can just work with that energy, you'll be very successful. And finally, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So definitely a lot of things to be grateful for. Nine of Pentacles is a card of gratitude and luxuries. But I really like this for you, Libra. Weird reading, for sure. Definitely a weird vibe off of it. Never had a reading like this. But I definitely like where this is going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your eclipse.